Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, and welcome to 1minutetennis.com. In today's session, I want to talk to you about the return of serve, and I want to talk to you about three fundamental parts of the return of serve that are very often misunderstood, and when you apply them to your game, you'll be able to be more consistent and more aggressive on your returns. You'll be able to turn your return into a real weapon. To be clear here, we're talking about a return of serve that is a return of serve. You see, quite often in recreational play, the return of serve is actually a ground stroke. It's not actually anything different to a normal return. But here we're going to assume that we've got a big serve and that we're actually having to hit a return and not a ground stroke. So the first thing is that the position, the ready position, the waiting position for the serve wants to be much wider than a normal split step. The reason for this is that we want to create a positive shin angle. You see, in biomechanics, if I stand with my feet very close to the line of my shoulders, then I have a neutral shin angle. And that means I'm perfectly positioned to jump upwards. But the wider I get, then the more positive my shin angle becomes. And that means that when I land, I'm ready to instantly move in any direction. So I have real control. So we want a wide base. And then try to land back where you started. I know that some players jump forwards on the return of serve. But if you jump forwards on the return of serve, then your timing of the split step has to be much more precise than if you go back where you started. Novak Djokovic has surely the best return there's ever been, and he experimented with jumping forwards into the serve return, but he changed it, and now, and for several years, has jumped right back where he started. So we have a wide base, and we jump back where we started. And the next thing is that in the ready position, we want the elbows to be close to the shoulders, to be adducted. You see, naturally in the ready position, my elbows are comfortably away from the body. And this creates the natural swing path for me. But if I'm going to reduce the size of that swing path, then if I adduct the elbows, so I have a wide base and now a narrow position of the elbows, and the narrow position of the elbows will naturally result in a smaller stroke, a more compact stroke. I don't have to think about making the stroke smaller. The stroke will become smaller. This is really important because on the return of serve, you've only got a fraction of a second. So there isn't time to think. You have to set yourself up so that what you want to happen happens naturally. And then the next part is that on the forehand return of serve, then we want to split the hands as early as possible. So as my opponent hits the serve, I'm going to split from my wide base. My elbows are close to the body, and the moment that I detect it's a forehand stroke, my left hand is going to go to the left shoulder and face up the court. The reason for this is it's going to stunt the rotation of my body. You see, on a ground stroke, then I want to rotate the body to add speed, energy, and spin to the ball. But on the return of a fast serve, I want to borrow the speed of the ball and redirect it. So I want a much more linear motion. So I'm in position here. I make my landing, my elbows are close to the body, so the stroke is smaller, and now split and swing. And you'll naturally have a more linear swing path, so a longer period where you can hit through the line of the ball and direct it where you're really aiming and successfully attack the return. So three fundamentals on the return. I don't think these are often explained clearly, but they make a tremendous difference to the return. And when you actually employ the different swing path on the forehand side, you'll find that you can probably cheat over a little bit and stand fractionally further to the backhand side because the forehand stretch return is so accurate and precise when you apply this technique. If you like my ideas, check out our books on Amazon. The books are truly unique because every part of the game has clear illustrations and then very good explanations, and then everything is linked to YouTube videos so you can see the movement, you can see the diagrams, and you can see or read the explanations. Or join players in over 40 countries that I'm helping with one-to-one online coaching. For more information on this, check out the website or email me. So apply these three fundamentals to your return and you'll get a tremendously better and more effective and more aggressive return. Use the wide base, use the narrow elbows, and bring that left hand away from the racket as early as possible, and you'll have a better, more powerful, and more successful return. Thanks for watching. See you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.